Welcome back to Sunday Night in America. One of the ways we can honor those who choose to serve our country is to make our best effort to recognize and understand the threats they, and therefore we, are facing abroad. Fox News senior strategic analyst General Jack Keane joins me now with his assessment of where America stands on the world stage. Thank you for joining us, and happy Independence Day, General.
The same to you, Trey. Happy Independence Day, and congratulations on this new show. I'm delighted to be a part of it.
Well, thank you, General. As you assess the world, what threats concern you the most? And we'll start with external threats and then maybe internal threats. But what external threat concerns you the most?
Well, I think the Trump administration really got it right because they created a departure from the Biden administration that was sort of in denial about the major threats the United States was facing. And Trump's national security strategy really laid it out quite succinctly, and the Biden administration has largely adopted it because it's an accurate depiction of the world. The United States is facing global security challenges on a scale we have not seen since post-World War II. And by that I mean we're in a big power competition once again, this time with the rise of a superpower to be in China, the revisionist Russia, who is aggressive and conducting expansion along their borders, and Iran that wants to dominate and control the Middle East and acquire a nuclear weapon to preserve its regime forever and use it as blackmail in the Middle East, and a North Korea, certainly, who has an arsenal of nuclear weapons, but because of their belligerence, their rhetoric, we have concern about them because they're such a closed society. Radical Islam still remains a threat out there, Trey. It's not what it was years ago, but it's still there and it can do harm. And as such, we are poised to deal with that in very selective places in the world. And the last thing I would identify is cyber warfare. Our major adversaries, particularly China, Russia, to a lesser degree Iran and North Korea, are all using cyber warfare as a major instrument of national power to undermine Western democracies, but with a primary focus on the United States, to disrupt it, to break down people's confidence in our institutions. Those are the threats that we are facing. They are complicated and they are comprehensive. And regardless of whether Republicans or Democrats are in charge, these are tough issues facing the country, for sure.
You know, General, when we think of acts of war, Pearl Harbor, that's easy for us to get our head around, 9/11, cyber, what constitutes an act of war, if anything, as it relates to cyber attacks?
The international community has not decided that. The United States of America, I don't believe, in terms of our national security policy, has not decided it. And I think it's an indication, Trey, because you put your finger on something here. I believe in our own national security apparatus, we have yet to come to grips with how comprehensive an instrument of national power this is, particularly for China, who is very prolific in doing this, and Russia, who penetrates the United States and is very successful in doing it, as we are painfully aware of. Certainly, the fact that we do not have international norms and there are not strong policies out there in defining this and where are the red lines is why there's so much activism and why they're going to keep coming and coming and coming until we put together, and I believe this administration is attempting to do this, and we'll see what manifests from it, a comprehensive strategy using all of government to respond, not just Cyber Command, but we should use Cyber Command to respond in kind. As an example, we just had those ransomware attacks. We should have responded to take down the cyber infrastructure tray that manifested those attacks and keep doing that. And therefore, you're imposing cost on the adversary collectively over time, which will condition them to make a judgment. Do I really want to do this again because of the licking we just took the last time I did it, which is what deterrence is. It's having the capability to do something about it until your adversary believes that you will use it. So yes, there's more work that needs to be done here to deal with this, and we got to get our arms around it as a nation, not just to protect the government, the military, and our critical infrastructure, but to protect our way of life writ large in the United States, which can be easily undermined, as we just has recently seen.
Well, General, we should thank you every day for your service to our country, but July 4th just seems like an especially appropriate day. So thank you for all of the things, the service, the sacrifice you have made on behalf of America, and thank you for being with us tonight.
My privilege, and happy 4th to you, and look forward to talking to you again. Great show.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.